Oh, you are in for a good one today. Welcome to our Mike and Mike's Off-Air podcast. Mike Pesto.
And Mike O'Neill, the new My 97.5.
If you're watching on YouTube, I have notes.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know that I've taken extensive notes for a podcast before, but I want to make sure I could argue my case. We're going to throw this out there right now. Heavy spoilers ahead, specifically with what they're saying might be the series finale of Stranger Things, The Right Side Up. There is talk of a 9th episode coming out, The Conformity Gate. Maybe you've seen the theories on YouTube. They are everywhere, and I'm here to say I'm buying into each and every one of them.
You are.
I am not a conspiracy theorist. The Earth is not flat. We did land on the moon. But I really, really want there to be, I want to will into existence a 9th episode.
There.
The Conformity Gate.
There. You are honest. That's what you want. That's the truth.
And from what I've seen, there are enough hints with the series finale, as it's being called right now, the Right Side Up, that the Duffer Brothers threw in, that there's enough smoke there. There might be a fire. That's all I'm saying.
I know that. And I decided to go do a little, because I was actually reasonably satisfied with the outcome.
See, no.
And
how could you be?
Because I was, after how many? 5 seasons, right?
Yeah.
After 5 seasons of hell, I was glad to see them finally get some rest from it all and actually have lives, because they haven't had happy lives up till now. And I was glad to see that maybe they were. And that is also to say, I didn't necessarily buy into Elle's happy ending, because they didn't say that this is what happened. Mike said, I choose to believe.
Thank you very much.
As the storyteller.
All right, so now
I don't really, we're not really sure there. And I'm okay with that.
Okay,
because
but you everyone has picked a horse in this race for the most part. Diehard fans, and I know you are. You've got a Stranger Things Christmas sweater, for goodness sake.
I do.
Gaudy is all get out. So, in your world, is Elle alive or is she dead?
Sadly, she's probably croaked. And the reason I say that is because on the logical side of it, the only way Papa, new Papa, Dr. K,
Yeah.
or anyone else that could come along could go away forever if there's no reason for them to be there. And for Elle to be gone, there's no reason for them to be there and persist in trying to create more Elle's, because you needed Elle's blood for that. She was the only one that could propagate what she could do.
Going back to what Callie said in a previous episode, you buy into what she said. If she was still in the real world, someone could find her, and this could all start all over again.
Yes.
The cord had to be cut, meaning the two of them could not survive this experience.
Yeah, and I say that having a side of me wishing that she and Mike could have faded off into the sunset. And or Hopper could continue to be her dad, because you could just, at that character, you could just see how that character thrived on being able to move past what happened to his actual daughter and protect and keep Elle safe through all of this. I mean, that had to be a lot for that character to go through. Happily ever after, to some degree, Mike.
For everybody else,
degree.
yes. What was interesting, and I don't know if this is an Easter egg or not, but if you remember, in one of the previous episodes in season 5, Mike talking to Elle about wanting to live happily ever after, someplace where there are 3 waterfalls. If you remember the scene where you see her hiking, there's only 2 waterfalls there. Now,
yeah, I know.
I don't know what that means. With digital effects being what they are, they could have very easily digitally put in a 3rd waterfall if the location where they shot only had 2. Is that an Easter egg? Some are pointing to, maybe it is, pointing to the fact that there is another episode coming.
My instinct simply was on that, something like what she hoped for
But not exactly.
Lucky for her, she found something along those lines.
Okay.
Peace at last, peace at last.
Now, have you done any diving into the theories of Conformity Gate?
I'm looking at it.
Okay, so
I'm looking at it right here. Is there a hidden last episode of Stranger Things 5 in the works? No. There's no secret 9th episode of Stranger Things Season 5. The finale, Episode 8, The Upside Down, is the official conclusion, but a popular fan theory called Conformity Gate suggests clues pointing to but the creators and Netflix deny it, instead confirming a behind-the-scenes documentary and future spin-offs. And I fear that that's exactly what's going to happen. So I don't know that you're going to get, or I would get a kick out of having one more episode, actually, because I couldn't predict Episode 8, the actual story. I didn't have it. I mean, I knew that Callie and Elle and Will would somehow come together to make the magic happen, but we didn't know the story. I mean, one more story, that'd be cool. But I don't like the Dallas, oh, it was all a dream, or those sorts, or the classic Twilight, towards the end of the last Twilight movie where the whole fight and all of that really didn't happen. But it could have if you make that choice, mister. And so that's kind of in the same light of what you're hoping for.
A little bit, but I don't think that this has ever happened where everyone has said it's over, done. In fact, they're even talking about the documentary, which is coming out on the 12th on Netflix. And Netflix is saying that's going to happen. Duffer Brothers, the cast members, everyone is saying that. In fact, it's our video of the week, the teaser for it. If you want to check that out. So that is definitely going to happen. But they're saying this 9th episode of Season 5 is coming out tomorrow on the 7th. Mm-hmm. Now, where they came up with the name for it, Conformity Gate, I don't know. There are some reasonings and why they say it's going to be on the 7th. If you go deep down that rabbit hole, which again I did, but I just can't remember right now. I will say, and again, the homework that I did, in pointing to a possibility of the Conformity Gate, I'm looking at, and this is from IMDb, as far as fans of the show going on and basically rating it. The final season was the least liked season of the 5. The worst episode in the history of Stranger Things was episode 7, had a 5.7 out of 10. The second worst was the Lost Sister episode with Callie from season 2. That was a 6.0. And the season finale, the third worst episode in the history of Stranger Things, 7.7 out of 10. Now, that's not... Now, they couldn't have not known that was going to be how the show was going to be embraced, granted. But the more and more I think about it, how cool would it be? I mean, the Duffer Brothers in their storytelling are brilliant.
Yeah, they left it open. They confirmed one way and left it open the other in a way. So, hey, sorry you guys if you're pissed if she dies, but oh, maybe she didn't. And oh, everybody's happy, kind of.
And that's where I start thinking maybe, again, I am saying maybe. I'm not one of those that says it's absolutely going to happen, and if it doesn't get released, they just decided against it. If they made it, they're going to release it. Make no mistake about it. But the more and more I think about it, as brilliant storytellers as they are, that last episode left so much to be desired because of... And they all lived happily ever after. It's not like any other episode. And I get you got to wrap it up somehow, but they've already said there's going to be a spinoff. So why not have it at least be a little bit of a quote-unquote cliffhanger to get us looking forward to a spinoff?
It's a spinoff with new characters.
But there's no reason why you can't still create that universe and have it be a sequel or a prequel or whatever else. Right now... allegedly, the spinoff involves The Rock that was in the mining cave. Really? You're going to have a spinoff based on a rock?
Well, it's The Rock where the whole story began. It's the rock that he found in the case.
I get that, but it's
was
still
the piece from the abyss.
Just a rock.
But
I feel like a Charlie Brown.
I
got a rock.
Well, that rock Well, Charlie Brown's rock just ticked him off.
Well, this rock is ticking me off if that's what this is going to be based on.
The other one created Vecna, and what it would do is create a whole new story. A whole new bad guy, a whole new everything. Because you need a whole new everything, because Joyce did a fine job of cutting Vecna's head off, and he's a goner, which, by the way, I really enjoyed, and that it was her that did it.
See, and I saw that.
She finally got final.
It was so anticlimactic for me because where were the Demogorgons or
Demogorgons.
the Demogorgons and the Devil Bats and where you would think if this is Vecna's last stand and he knows this is it, this is the final battle between good and evil. I'm going to have all my men. Oh wait, they're all on vacation. Didn't they get the email that it's going on to? Oh, I guess I'm going to have to do this all by myself.
I forget what I read, but I did read something about that. Something to the effect that the Mind Flayer should have had it and didn't need him. But then all of a sudden, everybody got the good guys got the upper hand, and it was too late.
Some explanation of that needed to be in there then. Okay, where are they? Just something of overconfidence or whatever you want to attribute it to, but at least have that explained. I mentioned to you when we first got back together on Monday about all the memes that were out there, and a lot of them were on where are they? And there's a couple of them where they're walking around New York City sightseeing as opposed to being on the battlefield.
My favorite meme, two of my favorite memes, one was Hagrid would have taken the Mind Flayer and made it a pet.
Let's combine universes now.
And the other one, which was also a story flaw, was, really? Max is graduating after being in a coma for 2 years? And, unless a high school, what are they called, tutor was also up there in the Mind Flayer, and
Yeah, really.
teaching Max the whole 2 years. But I let little things like that go by. I give grace on that because the rest of the story was good.
I just think it would be a brilliant move.
Yeah.
If they pull this off. Granted, there's a petition signed by some 500,000 fans at this point
Already?
demanding that this missing episode get released. They're already assuming it's happening. So some, if it's true, have sniffed it out. That's fine, but in the history of cinema, in television, I don't think it's ever happened again that everyone has said it's over, and then a week later, oh yeah, here's something for you.
Wouldn't it be funny if they made it not wanting to release it, but if it got out that it had been made, and they were like, oh, crap. Yeah, we got to release it. All right. That'd be interesting to see.
Just the storyline with it. If what the fan theories are saying are true, apparently, and I have to go back and watch now, there was one of the episodes of season 5 where Mike falls, hits his head, becomes injured, unconscious, whatever. The theory is, from that point on, Vecna got in everybody's head, and he then suddenly everyone is in his mind, and everything is what he is creating for them to get them to believe that he got defeated when he really didn't. And what one of the hints is, if you look at if we're Facebook friends, if you get to my Facebook page, one of the best videos I found so far explaining some of the fan theories is it's interesting that Steve, when they're on the roof, they're talking about all their dreams are coming true. First of all, really, how many people do you know are doing exactly what they wanted to do with their lives right now in your life? I would imagine not everyone. Everyone on that roof, they were doing exactly what they wanted to do. So that's one thing. With Steve, he was embracing the fact that he gets to work with kids as a baseball coach. He never expressed any interest in baseball whatsoever through the entire series. What he was into was basketball, something Vecna would not have been aware of, but Vecna was aware in the 4th season that he used that bat with the spikes on it to go after the bats.
Steve was kind of an open book, wasn't he? I mean, he wasn't heading anywhere was the problem with Steve. And the fact that he got any place is amazing, and it's not from lack of resources. I mean, he busted a perfectly good beamer in this series. But I I don't think he was going anywhere in particular, and that he got someplace to do good made me happy, I think.
But again, it's how often is that true? Where again, other than Elle, everybody lives a great happy life from that point on. Everyone's little cutaway scenes, they're all smiles, they're all happy, they're all living their best lives.
I think they're just not under siege anymore. I mean, they were under attack for 5 years. Well, how many years was it? I don't even know, to be honest.
I've lost track
5
of that.
seasons anyway.
With the writer's strike and COVID and everything else.
The whole 80s.
Another thing
For
that
the whole 80s.
a lot of fans point out is, and this kind of got on me a little bit, and if there's another episode, it makes sense. They killed a lot of military members in this series. I mean, say what you will about the mission that they had. You could say the same thing about Vietnam. And obviously, Hopper, a Vietnam vet, Vietnam, a very unpopular war. Soldiers did things and were told to do things and were instructed to do things I'm sure they weren't comfortable with, but did it anyway because that's what they were asked to do for their country. They killed him. And at the end, Hopper gets his job back as chief of police. That seems a little odd, unless they're still in Vecna's mind.
We'll have to see. When is it going to be?
The theory is, and again, it's based on some other things I found going down this rabbit hole, comes out the 7th. So as we're sitting here talking, that comes out tomorrow morning. People will be hitting refresh, I heard the joke, at midnight to see if that last episode drops in the Netflix account right at midnight on the 7th.
Well, they were all at 5 p.m., but 5 or 8, depending on where you
That's
are.
right, when the last series or last episode came out.
So maybe they'll be at 8 or 5 tomorrow. East Coast, West Coast.
I'm not saying yes, absolutely beyond a shadow of a doubt. You sniffed it out perfectly. I'm willing this if I can into existence.
You certainly are.